Hey girlies, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we get started with the video, I'm going to do a quick PR shout out to some brands that sent me over some stuff. These are both small brands that one of them I mentioned in the past and one of these I haven't, and I just need to show you guys the things that they sent me. The first brand being called Not So Basic. She sent me over some stuff. She crochets things and sews things and she sells it on her Depop. I originally chose one thing and she had said, oh, by the way, I sent you a couple more things that I think you'd like, and I was not disappointed, to say the least. One of the things being is this cute little wallet pouch that she sent me. She crocheted me flowers. Like, isn't that so cute? And look at the way she packaged them. So you guys definitely need to check out her business. And this is so cute. I already put it on my desk. It's a cute little desk mat. It just has pink and white stripes. I specifically wanted a pink and white stripe moment because you guys know I love pink and white stripes. It's so cute and it fits on my desk perfectly. And this, whatever material she used, it's very soft. So I'm really excited to have that for my desk. The next small business that sent me over something is a brand that you guys all know and love. It's the brand Sweetly. They recently came out with a backpack. They came out with two, one pink, one black, and I chose the black one, and specifically the one with the silver hardware because you guys know I love silver. Tell me that's not the cutest backpack ever. This is my school bag. I've been using it nonstop. It's perfect. It came in like a day before I was going on like a hike, so I automatically put it into use. It's a very simple design, but I feel like it doesn't have to be over the top. You know, this is a very cute bag. You guys know me, I love traveling and going camping, and this will be featured in a lot of travel / camping vlogs. And then of course it is the color black, but I'm gonna show you guys the inside, which is probably the best part. Yeah, it's pink inside, and it's not even just like any shade of pink. It's like the perfect shade of blush pink. It has a zipper right there, as you can see, and then two pouches here, and then we have the pouch down here. So thank you so much for Sweetly for sending over that backpack and just letting me choose the color I wanted. If you are traveling in the airport, it has this little strap right here, so when you have like your little handles, these, you can slip it right there. That way you don't have to like carry both of them. So thank you so much again to Sweetly and Not So Basic. Please check out Not So Basic and check out her designs. She's also made some stuffed animals. If you guys don't follow me on TikTok, make sure to go follow me. And you can also follow me on my Instagram because that's usually when I post polls of like what video you guys want to see from me next. The first thing on the list is having a reset routine. I usually try to do this every Sunday, and if not, definitely the day before a new month starts. My reset routine is very specific. Obviously you're gonna have your own, but to just give a brief summary of what I like to do is, when it comes to tackling my room, I usually start from one corner and I go around. So just to list off some things that I like to do is vacuum. Obviously if you don't have carpet, then sweep. Dusting your fan, just dusting any specific general area. I like to go through my closet and look through the items that I have, and if there's something that I just haven't worn in a while, I'll usually just like list it on Depop or donate it. My vanity, you know, cleaning any mirrors that I have in my room, and for my vanity that would equal my makeup. Cleaning up my makeup products specifically, whether that's cleaning my brushes and keeping my makeup bag organized. When it comes to my bed, doing my bed, and also just, you know, cleaning your sheets, cleaning your pillowcases. I also have a dresser full of clothes, so sometimes I'd like to try to either organize a drawer or organize it and see what I don't really need anymore. I recently got some organizers which actually have helped quite a bit. Either light a candle or I spray my room with perfume usually so it can smell somewhat good. For my bathroom, I also like to dust, clean the counter, sweep, take out the trash, clean the toilet, clean the tub. We don't really use that tub anymore, so it does get really dusty because no one's really touching it. Washing the towels in there, taking out them, putting in new towels. Whatever it is that you like to do when it comes to those areas that you spend the most time in, I feel like the bathroom and my room are the most spent in. So the thing left that I usually like to tackle besides myself is social media. I know that sounds really weird, but I usually label it like electronics. So when it comes to electronics, I have two phones. I have the one I film on and I have my personal phone. When it comes to cleaning those things, whether that's, you know, I feel like sometimes they get dirty, I clean the screen. And then when it comes to cleaning the inside of my phone, I usually like to go through like the Photos app and I delete screenshots, random pictures that I don't need anymore, delete them and recently deleted. I like to go through all my apps and see which ones I'm not using, and I delete those as well. And when it comes to social media, I feel like the only socials I really use is Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest and Spotify. So for Spotify, I will either press like shuffle on all my liked songs and I'll go through and see like what songs I don't even enjoy listening to, and I'll just remove them. Maybe go through my like songs and be like, oh, I like this song for this specific playlist, and add it to that. When it comes to my Instagram, I go through my feed and see if I like any specific posts. Maybe I'll post a reel that I posted on TikTok but I just haven't on Instagram. I'll go through my following list and I'll follow like random brands that I'm following that I don't really necessarily need to follow. Then as for Pinterest, I just love to go through Pinterest and I like to edit my boards. For TikTok, I just like to go through my most recent like videos. I'm gonna give kind of an example of what I mean. But these are like my most recent videos. I just scroll down and I usually start from like whatever's last, and I'll scroll up and see if I really like them still. I also go through like my saves, unsave a bunch of videos, go through my save sounds, see which ones I've already used. And then as for schoolwork, organizing my backpack, especially if it's just been like a mess, I go through my notes, organize them, see what I still need. I go through Canvas and I just go through, check my emails, make sure that I'm catching up all my work. Sometimes I like to see what's coming up and I'll write it in my planner. I feel like my planner I love it because when you tell me like, oh, I'm having this next week, I will forget unless it's like written in my planner. Another thing is having my journal. I love my journal. I showed it to you guys, I think last week, and it's my favorite thing. And if there's just something that I want to like fully think about, but I feel like I can't get my head around it, I have to write it down. And like I said, the last thing would be myself and how I feel put together myself. So I feel like having a routine, whether that's your skincare or your body routine, so the things that you like to do in the shower, are good to know. For me, I don't go overboard with the skincare. I don't think you should either. Don't fall under the pressure of like, I need these 10 million products so I can have the best skin ever. Just buy the things that truly work for you. I don't really tend to go out and buy tons of skincare. If I get sent some stuff, then I'll use it, but if it doesn't really work on me, then I just won't, and I won't plan on rebuying them. For me, I know my skin well, and you know your own skin. Taking my time with my skincare is very nice. I usually use like a toner pad, and then I use an exfoliator, sometimes a serum, and then moisturizer. And when I actually take time with my skincare every day and night, I do see a difference. My body routine is like the things that I like to do in the shower. I like to use an exfoliant and an acne foaming wash for my body. And then for my hair, I usually do like a hair mask. The thing I like to help myself put together with is my personal style. So I have already, went through the journey and figured out the things that I really, truly love. And I have for like about 5 years now, but I know some people might be watching and just aren't sure what their personal style is, and that's totally fine. I think a huge factor that helped me is Pinterest. And at first, I would obviously fall under pressure of whatever was trending at the time. I remember when I first figured out like the style that I liked, because I liked Blair Waldorf, and I would wear this houndstooth jacket to school. I remember in high school, and a lot of people were like, that looks like an old grandma's jacket, and I didn't care. I didn't care because that's what I liked, and I feel like a lot of people fall under to the pressure too much, and you just need to learn that it's your style at the end of the day, and you rather be happy with what you're wearing than trying to please others. So figure out what you like to wear, go on Pinterest, certain character or influencer even, or whatever that you're like, I really like their style, then try to achieve that. You don't have to spend tons of money. And also, I don't necessarily recommend going on Shein either. That's something that I did because I had a hard time finding those kind of clothes anywhere else, but trying to find people that have that style that you want to achieve and seeing where they shop from. And hopefully it's not Shein particularly, but going down that route. Also, Depop is such a great app, honestly, to find statement pieces. I think, you know, you have your basic items and then you have your statement items. So for me, when it comes to my statement pieces, Depop is the place to be, honestly, because I find so many cute things. When it comes to Pinterest, I see what it is. So if it's this specific top on Pinterest and I notice that it has ruffles, it's long sleeve, and it's white, then that's exactly what I'll search up in the description, and then I'll start finding similar things that people are selling on Depop. I went from shopping at Shein and then I stopped, and then I would do a lot of my shopping at H&M, which I still do like to shop at H&M. I know it's also fast fashion. Now I think I get like all my basic items, meaning like a plain black skirt, a plain black shirt, like literally when I mean basic, a basic item from them. And then when it comes to Depop, I find all the cute statement things that I probably would never find anywhere else. Like, I don't know if I mentioned this, try not to fall under the pressure of micro trends. They're gonna come and go, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to participate. So I would say this is a bit of a trend. I'm not sure if you would consider a trend, but something like a claw clip is, I would say, became a big thing for a while. I would still say that they're pretty popular, but when it comes to trends like this, and if I do want something like it, I will find a specific one that lies under my style. Another very micro trendy trend is maybe you consider a baby tee. And for me, as you guys know in my last video, I love baby tees because they're a very simple way to wear a casual, comfortable outfit with like the image, you know, still like being very me, if that makes any sense. So I understand that baby tees can be a micro trend. However, I'm not gonna get like the Brazil one or whatever you think of when you think of like a micro trend baby tee, like the memes of like a micro trend Final Boss. I wouldn't get necessarily that, but I do like the ones that I have, and I do wear them, and I specifically choose them because they fit the things that I already like. I think another way that makes me feel like I have myself more put together is having the little things around me fit my style. I know people have like a bit of complaint when everything in their life is aesthetic, from their toothpaste to their toothbrush. I don't feel like I take it to that extent, and I don't really think there's a problem taking it to that extent. However, when it comes to my backpack, my travel stuff, I do like when it's all very cohesive and fits my vibe because it just makes me feel happier. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So for example, my school bag, yes, thank you to Sweetly, they did send me a backpack that fits my vibe perfectly. However, I have my pencil pouch, and not just, you know, any pencil pouch. I have this one, it's the Lottery collaboration. So this, I'm using it as my pencil pouch, and now I have that, and it fits perfectly. From my planner, it's just a plain black planner, but then I have my journal and I decorate that, and everything in my bag is very cohesive. Just random things like that. Like I said, even your traveling stuff, like I'm sure people just like buy a suitcase because they just need a suitcase. For me, I travel a ton to Mexico, so I really wanted this, and I asked it for Christmas one year because I knew that I wanted my own suitcase that fit my vibe perfectly. And this Victoria's Secret one is so cute and ideal for me. Even your purses to your accessories, anything like that that fits your vibe. And when it comes to my room, you know, like my picture frames, I like to make sure that they fit my vibe perfectly. I like silver picture frames, and like the ones I have, they all have bows or the Eiffel Tower, things like that. This tray right here, instead of just getting like just a tray, I specifically got this like silver one, you know, so everything still is very cohesive with each other. Even something as simple in like a small detail as like my hangers. I have all black matching hangers that we got from Marshall's a long time ago, and then I have some silky puffed up hangers for my coats. Another thing that I feel like helps my style feel more put together is finding your signature jewelry. So whether you like gold and silver or you like one or the other, for me, I used to think I liked gold because a lot of the trends and styles that I thought was my style would consist of a lot of gold. And I'm not saying that this certain style or aesthetic only requires you to have silver jewelry. I'm sure people who have this style also love gold, but for me, I got this necklace when I was 14. My Nina gave it to me. It's just a little heart and it has like an angel. And I haven't taken it off since my freshman year. And I quickly realized, like, oh my gosh, I really love silver jewelry more than I do gold. So that is why I always tend to wear silver jewelry, and a lot of the things that I do get have silver hardware or whatever, because that's personally what I like when it comes to frames, decor, anything of the sort. Finding out what your signature jewelry is, whether you have a certain necklace you like to wear a lot. Like I said, I love this necklace. I personally don't plan on buying any necklaces or exchange, like taking it off to wear another necklace. This is pretty much what I wear all the time. However, I do love to wear different earrings. I know I tend to wear these a lot, but I do like different silver earrings. And then when it comes to bracelets, I'm not really wearing anything right now, but I do love watches. I know that you could say that watches are also a very trendy thing that happened last year, but those are something that I was like, honestly, I do love watches. And I technically didn't have to go out and buy my watch because it's my mom's, but the silver one that I took from her, it like matches my style perfectly. Even the charm bracelet that I also took from her and customized was silver and matched my vibe perfectly. That was it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Another video I was thinking of doing is small businesses that fit my personal style. Bye, girlies.